FM 94, The Dark. It is that time again. It's time to get to know a band we play here on The Dark. And this is cool because once in a great while, we get an opportunity to have bands come through the area. And tonight on our airwaves in studio, we have the band Madame Mayhem. And May is here along with the rest of the bandmates. And first of all, May, we had a chance to talk roughly about 4 years ago. I looked it up. It was back in September. It was just before your second album had come out. And in fact, I believe that second album actually came out today, 4 years ago, if you look at it.
Wow.
Yeah, so
look at that.
So here we go. But how you doing, by the way?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. And I know when we chatted, you had mentioned you'd never been to Minnesota.
Correct.
And now you're here in Minnesota, and I guess last night was the first time you ever performed in Minnesota.
Yeah, we were really excited. We've been trying to come to Minnesota for a while. We all have, friends here, and it's been crazy with all the routings on all these tours where we've been everywhere except for here. So the fact that we got to play a show last night in Minneapolis was pretty cool.
That is very cool. Hey, let's get a little bit of history. I know we had a chance to talk about that 4 years ago, but I know we have a lot of new listeners that are on the airwaves listening to us now than they were 4 years ago. So give us the history, I guess, of the band Madame Mayhem.
Yeah, so we've been doing this for a minute now, and hard rock band with really cool melodies from New York City. And yeah, we've just, done the touring hustle and came out with a whole bunch of music and continuing to do so, and yeah.
That's awesome. And you mentioned you're from New York.
Yes.
And that. So, and the guys in here, most of them from the New York area too?
Most of them, yeah. I mean, this one's not.
This one's not. That's good for Facebook. It doesn't work so much for radio, right?
Gogie's from Atlanta, but the rest of them are New York-based.
So before we get going here, let's introduce each band member. How about we do that? So go ahead. If you want to do that and give maybe a quick little story about them, or at least kind of like a little bio of them, if they're single, if they're remarried. I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
The listeners want to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll let them do it for themselves. Here, hold on.
Yeah, sounds good. Here we go.
My name is Gogi. I play guitar. I'm Capricorn.
Capricorn, okay. From the New York area too, then, or?
I'm from Atlanta.
Atlanta.
And
Hot Atlanta.
Music is cool.
All right.
I dig it.
That's cool. How long have you been with Madame Mayhem then?
I am at almost 4 years now.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
Hey, I'm Tom. I play guitar as well. I'm a recovering alcoholic. And
that's all right, man. It's all good.
Well, I'm still working on that part. Still working on that.
Here, I thought you were serious at
I'm from
first.
New York, actually, and I've been playing with May for like a year and a half now, 2 years almost.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, right on.
Now, these guys over here, I've met them before because you guys have actually been in studio here before. Haven't you?
Yes, we have.
That's right. So reintroduce yourselves once again to the listeners out there.
So I'm Percy Triano. I play bass in Madame Mayhem. I've been in a band for, almost about 4 years as well. And, as Gogi said, music is a good thing.
That's awesome. It's great seeing you again. You're glad to be back in Minnesota?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
I'm trying to remember when you were here last time. I think it was in the winter, wasn't it? It was a little chilly? Or was it summer? Actually, you know what? The grass, there was green grass, so it was. I do remember some pictures.
Greener, but,
okay.
Not here.
About 5 months of the year, it's normally not green. There's that white stuff on it called snow. Yeah, okay.
The right time.
Well, great seeing you, by the way.
Great seeing you, too.
And then the guy next to you here was here, too, before. I remember that, too. How you doing?
I'm Jay. I'm the drummer. I was here with Percy.
That's right.
2 years ago.
That's all. Is it 2 years ago? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
We travel as a pair.
Oh,
No, it's not that type of thing.
I'm a Libra, and I'm an early riser.
If early means late, you're the early.
And
nice.
Just happy to be here again.
All righty. All right, there you go. We got the introduction of the band, and I would assume this is the guy that probably gets you around all the time,
He helps
right?
us sound good a lot.
Is your sound guy?
Yeah, this is Ryder.
All right, Ryder, nice to meet you, too. And let's talk about you hanging out with the four guys and that. How has this band kind of gelled together and become what you guys are now?
I mean, from what I think, they can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I think it's great because we all get along so well, and having such a grueling tour schedule. I mean, we've been on the road on this run itself. We basically did 2 tours in one, so we've already been on the road for like a month and a half, and we're not done yet. So the fact that we all get along and we're all one big happy family, I have a bunch of big brothers, and it's pretty awesome. So I love it.
So you have to clean up after them, or is it?
No, actually, Gogi cleans up more than the rest of us.
Okay.
Gogi and Jay, they're the two. I'm very happy that they're on the bus for sure.
I was just going to say when I pulled in here, you guys had already arrived, and I pulled in and I saw that you had a nice little bus out there. That's a nice little get up there,
It's
isn't
a bandwagon. It does. Listen, it's great. It's a little bumpy, but overall, it does a trick, and gets us from A to B. And our driver Bobby has been getting us everywhere safe and sound, and we appreciate that.
Nice. Well, I guess what do the meals consist of on the road? This road trip, have you all over the place? Is there any interesting places you've gone or that?
Meals you speak.
Yeah, meals.
Meals, yeah.
I mean, we
you guys don't eat?
Nah, we're doing the Planet Fitness tour right now where we,
Okay.
stop over there, but we go, we do the Walmart trips. We got, the salads and the lot of sandwiches, cup of noodle soups, Easy Mac, all that kind of, the college diet.
The college
is really
diet.
how we roll.
Okay.
The thing at Walmart is that they have those salads for $3.
The $3 salads, yes, I hear you.
Yeah.
Percy's saying the $3 salads.
Yeah.
That's all right. You just finished up with Nonpoint. Is that correct on
yes.
that? How was that going out with those guys? And of course, they've been in the industry for a while.
Oh, yeah, it was really cool. And that whole lineup, all the bands were really awesome. We had a really good time. And, all in all, it was great. We had a blast.
And, of course, you have a couple of shows. You've been headlining the show you did last night down at the Whiskey. And I think you're going to Janesville tomorrow in Wisconsin. And then I think you're on the road then with 3 Years Hollow, right?
Yeah, look at you knowing things probably better than I do. Yeah, we will be doing a co-headlining small little tour with 3 Years Hollow, and we're really excited about it. The fact that we get to play every night and, be in a new city and see some familiar faces and meet new faces and, just kind of share our music is what we love to do. So we're pumped about it.
Now, 4 years ago, I asked you a question, who would you love to go out on tour with? And I gave you that spectrum of wide open. And I know you said Metallica would definitely who you'd like to go out with.
Awesome. Yeah. See.
Exactly. Yeah,
we
you all
agree.
would, right? Yeah. Is there some things in the works here, maybe in the 2020, possibly that you could get out on, maybe possibly a bigger tour and stuff like that, or is it still kind of too early to tell on that kind of thing?
I mean, we want to. I mean, if any bands are listening and they want a band we're pros and we sound pretty killer live, I think. We just want to tour. So if we can get on those bigger shows and share our music with a bigger audience, we'd be thrilled. And if we get on a smaller tour, we're just as happy. So honestly, as long as we're out, we're happy.
When I talk to bands like you, I kind of wonder, kind of curious to see, do you like doing the gig by gig kind of thing, or would you rather be that kind of band that only plays once in a while kind of thing, at a bigger venue, or would you rather play in the smaller venues? And of course, everybody started out at a small venue. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody did. I mean, even Metallica started at a small venue.
Yeah.
But eventually they got big enough so they can kind of almost pick and choose where they want. Is it actually going back to the grassroots of the small clubs kind of the cool thing to be a musician?
I mean, I personally love it when it's a smaller, intimate venue because you get to really see everyone there and you get to really interact, and I feel like you get that energy a lot quicker from everyone. And I say it on stage a lot, like we're all big one rock family together, and you really feel that way in the smaller venues, and I love that. And we are always at the merch booth. I'm the merch chick also. So we do that on purpose so we can meet everyone because we genuinely want to connect and meet everyone. So I really love that. But at the same time, like we've done major festivals too where there's like thousands of people and those are pretty freaking cool too. So I think it's a great mix. And as long as we get to be on a stage, I don't think any of us really care if it's small or big. But
I'll take the big one, please.
yeah, okay. So Percy wants the big one. I personally would be happy just playing, and I think it's always cool when you get to mix it up, to do a couple of massive shows and then do a few small intimate shows.
Right.
To all of them, there's good and not so great about all kinds of different scenarios, and you just kind of focus on the good side of it and everything. And those smaller clubs, especially in some of the smaller towns where they don't necessarily get a lot of tourists coming through.
Right.
Those people are amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing, and they're so appreciative that any live band comes through that you really just like, this is why I do this.
Yeah.
You know, you really get that sense of those people and why you're out there doing it.
You know, the one thing I will say about smaller places is that if, like you said, they appreciate it. They come out, they buy your merch too. That's huge. We
appreciate that.
and that's a
That's
big
gas
thing for
money
you
right
guys.
there.
I was just going to say, listeners on the dark know that small bands like yourself, up and coming bands, is kind of what I call you. They need you to buy the merch because that's how they put gas in the truck and also they feed themselves and get to the next gig.
Totally. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it is. It's not all glam, is it? Even though people
There's
might
no
think
glam.
it is.
Not all. There's zero glam, I'm pretty sure. None of it is glam, but
But you do it for a reason because you love it.
yeah, it's a passion. Sometimes I think it's a blessing and a curse, I like to say, because it's like if we didn't have this inner passion and this thing inside of us where we needed to do this,
Right.
I mean, no one. If you didn't have that urge in you, then you can't be doing it because, yeah, like we're nuts, right? We're out of our minds. Like we chose to do this on purpose. We chose to suffer on purpose so that we can play music and, send the messages we want to send and, connect with people through music. And you got to be a little off for that,
Yeah.
I think.
Hey, we're talking to May from Madame Mayhem. The rest of the band is here. And I know we want to play a couple of songs, but before we, I think the first song you're going to play is Broken here coming up. And let's talk about that song because, my memory's not always the greatest. I'm starting to get a little old here.
Really? You're doing real well so far.
But I believe that song actually got into the top 50 on the media base charts, correct?
It did.
And that is a phenomenal feat because
Thank
it's
you.
not easy to get into that by any means.
No, it is not.
Talk about, I guess, that to happen and talk about that song, I guess.
Yeah, it was our most recent single that we released, and I'm really proud of it. I got to work on it with a bunch of really cool people that I've worked on other things with in the past, so it was really cool to kind of have that. We had a few guest artists on that song, which was pretty awesome, but being able to play it live and then have it also, be playing on the radio at the same time and having the fans really know the song already, that was pretty cool. And the fact that people are like, oh yeah, I've heard this, or yeah, I downloaded this. And we're an up and coming new band, but we've been doing this for a really long time. So
Right.
when it finally clicks and people know what it is and they can relate, that's, because when you're writing music, you're writing something that's really coming from your soul and things you've gone through. And if people can relate to that, even if it's not the same situation, then you're doing your job and that, what you feel is, it kind of validates it for you, I think. And so the fact that it did well, I'm really happy about it, and I love the song. It means a lot to me.
Well, I tell you what, as a programmer of the dark and that, I've known you guys for at least 4 or 5 years, and, went back when we had Monster and songs like that.
And we really do appreciate it.
So those are older songs, but
Yeah.
now, obviously, as a programmer looking at it today, and a lot of times they just look at the charts, okay, and now they see the name there at least once or twice. Now when something new comes out, they might take a little more time to listen to that. It might give you that next push that you're looking for.
That's what we can only hope for. We really do. And
It's not an easy industry by any means.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's kind of a cutthroat. We talked about it as we walked in here.
Yeah, it's cruel. Yeah, my mom thinks we're out of our minds, but
But we talked about it before we went on the air that you guys are in New York. We don't have a rock station in New York. I mean, it's like it's tough. I mean, here you're in these major markets and you don't have that at all, and you almost have to come out to the smaller markets where the people love it. And it's too bad because in those big markets, I'm sure people would love it too, but they're basically, and no pun intended, they're spoon-fed by corporate suits that say this is what's happening and this is how we're doing it.
100%.
And, it's tough for all these musicians out there, you included. And hopefully at some point, at some time, we can break through.
Yes.
And this can happen again because it did back in if you think about it, it did back in the 70s into the 80s.
Absolutely.
So it has to happen again sometime. Everything kind of goes full cycle, doesn't it?
Yeah,
All right
I think it's time. It's almost time. We're almost there where it can happen, totally.
All right, enough of us talking here. Let's hear some music. I think we're going to hear Broken. Is that what we're going to hear?
Yes, that will be the one.
All righty. Once again, Madame Mayhem in studio here, and their song, which actually we just talked about, hit the top 50 this year on the Media Base charts on Active Rock. Broken. Here it is right now. It's live. It's on the Dark. It's on FM 94.
Gone are the days when you said that you would love me the same. I swear I'm drifting out into space. I don't know you anymore. We'll never say we didn't try. Hardest part is right before the goodbye. Goodbye. I see that your eyes are changing, overtaken, searching for somewhere to hide. I know that my mind is racing, but I won't run. Sometimes love and hate are two of a kind. No, I'll never follow you till I'm broken. Alone and exposed, I can't hide from the things we fear most. All I hear are echoes of ghosts. I don't know them anymore. Hardest part is right before the goodbye. Goodbye. I see that your eyes are changing, overtaken, searching for somewhere to hide. I know that my mind is racing, but I won't run. Sometimes love and hate are two of a kind. No, I'll never follow you till I'm broken. No, I'll never follow you till I'm broken. No, I'll never follow you till I'm broken. I see that your eyes are changing, overtaken. I see that your eyes are changing, overtaken, searching for somewhere to hide. I know that my mind is racing, but I won't run. Sometimes love and hate are two of a kind. No, I'll never follow you till I'm broken. No, I'll never follow you till I'm broken.
All righty, that was awesome, guys. Great job, great job. Oh, yeah. Once again, as I said, I always get chills. That's the cool thing about being a radio guy and having bands come in here. Unfortunately for our listeners, they get to hear it, but they don't get to see it and hear it too. It's a lot of fun, and I think you guys are great together. And it sounds like you said you've done a few of these things before, acoustic-wise, or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it's not like it's brand new to you by any means. So
No, but every time it's really nice and special. It's very I like it. Yeah, because I mean, it's obviously we love doing it live, all plugged in and hard. But to be able to kind of strip the songs down and do it this way, it's pretty cool every time. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yes, yes.
You mentioned you're going out on tour here now in kind of the second half of here with 3 Years Hollow, and then you'll make a few stops, I think, in the upper Midwest, and then you'll kind of be heading back out, I think, to the East Coast in that. Is there this is the first time you ever played in Minnesota, so this won't be probably a fair question to ask here for Minnesota, but is there a fun place or a cool place that you guys like to go and play each time?
I mean, honestly, as long as the crowd is ready to rock, we're happy. But I know I see Percy. Yeah, I see
Machine
Percy's
Shop.
face right there.
Flint, Michigan, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just there again. We played there a whole bunch of times, and we did it a few times this year. First with Seven Dust, and then on this Non-Point run, and it's always a pleasure to be there for sure. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if the crowd's ready to rock, I'm ready to play.
You know, at the machine shop, they have the, like, is it a hallway and all the pictures in there?
Yep,
That's what it looks like.
exactly, yep.
I've never been there, but, you know, you see every band basically with a picture up
Yep.
there. So you guys have a picture up there too,
Yeah,
then?
we have a whole bunch of them. Every time we go, we're like, here, we're ready. Let's go again.
Did they run out of wall space or what?
Yeah, now they have TV screens where they just do rotation now. Yeah.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. What's kind of the future for Madame Mayhem in that? What's the next step here? Are you looking at doing some stuff in 2020? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, well, we're hoping as soon as we're done with this last leg of the tour, we're closing out on the 30th in New York City with the show, and then we are going to continue writing and record some of this. During these live shows, we're doing a few songs that we've already written but haven't recorded yet, so
Okay.
we're testing them out for the fans, and so far the reaction's been really good, and so we want to get in the studio and record that and hopefully get some new music out soon and then get back out on the road.
One thing that has been huge in music as of late is collaborations with
Oh, yeah.
other artists and stuff. Have you had a chance to do? I know that back when you were doing earlier on, you had some artists, big artists, come in and play with you. And
Yeah.
that, have you had a chance to do some collaborations recently with some artists, or thinking about that down the road here?
Oh yeah, that's definitely something that we're interested in doing and being part of, whether it's, being part of someone else's project or having more people come in and contribute with us. I think collaboration's always the best, and same with co-writing. You can write the best song you want on your own, but if you don't have someone keeping you in check, So I love collaborations, I love the co-writing, I love all that. So there will definitely be some of that in the future.
Now, if I remember right, of that interview we did a few years ago, you like David Draymond.
Yes, I
right?
do.
And David actually just recently came out and was trying to see if he could lobby to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Because
He totally should.
rock people
I
basically,
feel like that would be awesome.
because the Grammys and the Super Bowl really doesn't give a real true picture of what rock is.
No.
And so I'm kind of curious on that. What are your feelings of him maybe coming out and trying to sing? I mean, it's going to have to be one of those kind of grassroots things to get him to hopefully a whole bunch of people say, "Come on, make this happen."
Yeah.
Do you think that can happen?
I hope so. I mean, I think it would be really cool if that could happen. So I'd watch for sure.
So let me ask a question for you, May. What would be something you would love to do that maybe people don't know? That obviously he would love. It's been his dream to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. What is a dream that you have that you still haven't accomplished yet?
Well, I still want us to play at MSG in New York
Okay.
City, the Garden, because that's like where I used to go and see all the shows growing up. So if we could ever do that eventually, that would be cool. But growing up as a musical theater kid and trained in opera, if
Yep.
I could ever, besides continuing to do this, kind of do a little short stint back on the Broadway stages one day, not anytime soon, but all the way down the line one day, that would be cool.
Your bandmates were going, "Oh no,
No, don't worry. It would be like when y'all are like off for like a month or something. It'd be real quick. But yeah, one day. But honestly, as long as I can keep doing this for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be really happy. Like, there's really not much more I want to do than play shows every night. That's it.
I've been to New York once. Never went to Madison Square Garden yet, which I should.
Oh, you totally
I'm a
should.
huge hockey guy.
Me
so-
too.
Okay. Well, you're in the state of hockey, by the way. You know
No.
that.
Yes.
I mean, this is
we
Minnesota.
did not see a game. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a big Ranger fan then?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say.
He's an Islanders
You're an
fan.
Islander fan. Yeah. Percy's an Islander fan. I think we had this talk before. What's it like now going from the island now moving into Brooklyn for the Islanders now? Is that a good thing or not?
3 stops away from it.
3 stops
It's
away.
easier for him to get there.
A lot
Yeah.
easier. However, they're moving back to
Long Island.
Long Island, and yeah.
Sorry.
Just a short stint there, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was. I mean, quite frankly, the arena was not exactly built for hockey.
Right. Yeah, especially when you watch on TV and you see that like big wall right there. They put a car in front of it to make it look like, oh, there's, this
See,
is
here's the thing. In Europe, for an example, they have exactly the same type of situation where,
right.
yeah, there are seats and there is a car, right next to,
Hey.
prime parking spot and everything.
It's marketing.
Why not?
It's
Why
marketing. It's marketing.
But, yeah, I mean, it's just, it was not. It was never meant for hockey.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I just my level of love for you just went up even more now since you love hockey. So
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah, we're like, I feel like, well, Percy and I bond a lot on that. We're both hockey fans and we're both soccer fans. which is
Soccer,
weird.
okay.
Yeah, we're like the random sports. I mean, we watch all the sports, but those, yeah.
I don't
we
want to
love
hear
the
it.
hockey.
Are you? Well, I gotta ask. Yankees or Mets?
That's
Yankee.
Well, they're not playing tonight because I guess the weather wasn't good tonight. So they're down 2-1. So the
Yeah,
game's
I
being
mean-
played tomorrow. It got canceled tonight. So I guess we'll have to wait and see on that.
So we can just move on from that.
Yeah, he's Atlanta. We don't talk about
Atlanta?
that, though.
Yeah, that's not. That's well. At least you didn't.
Atlanta sports today.
at least you guys can hear.
At least you didn't get swept. Like the Cardinals just got swept.
In an inning.
Yeah. You got another. I know you guys have another song in
Yeah.
there. So what do you want to play next year?
We're gonna do Left for Dead. It's
Okay.
it's a fun one to do acoustically, I think.
Alrighty. What's the history back story
Yeah,
of this
is
song?
from the album. Now you know
Yep,
that Billy Sheehan produced and Corey Lowry was part of this one as well, and it's a really special one that we still like to bring out to shows when we do headlining shows a lot. We like to bring it out. It's kind of like a little change in pace, having this hard rock music with all this intense, fast-paced songs, and then have like a cool little rock ballad in there every once in a while. It doesn't always hurt.
Yeah, and I know you did some stuff with Billy and Corey, and Corey's now helping out Seether. It sounds like, huh?
Yeah,
He's been
yeah,
doing that.
he's in
So
Seether now,
that's
yeah.
crazy, huh?
Yeah, it's so cool. I love it.
Well, there you go. there might be your in for MSG in the future, right? Possibility. You never know. Sounds like a new album coming out for those guys maybe eventually soon. So I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's hear it. New song, or the song back on that album, which actually came out 4 years ago today.
Look at that. See?
4 years ago.
Oh my God,
today?
that's so cool.
Happy birthday album.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! 4 years ago
That's
today.
so exciting. And your memory's amazing.
Well, it's so far so good.
Yeah,
but
I think it's way better than mine. I
gonna-
promise you that.
We're gonna end this soon because I'm gonna forget everything now. So, all right,
You're on a roll.
here you go. Once again, Madame Mayhem rocking our airwaves on FM 94's The Dark.
Whisper to me so softly now, as if you got it all figured out. Distance getting closer. All I hear are your empty words. So don't look to me for answers when tragedy's coming for you. I can't save you anymore. I can't save you now.
Awesome. Great job, guys. Great job, May. Awesome. Left for Dead there. That off the album, which came out 4 years ago today. That's awesome. Yeah, actually, it was funny because I was looking that up and I was like, wow, their album came out 4 years ago today, and they're going to be in studio. Even better.
You're the greatest, you know that.
Awesome.
Right?
I wouldn't say I'm the greatest.
About that, honestly. We would have been like, what? Right over our heads.
It's all good. I know we only got a couple more minutes, and I know you guys have to get going here because you got a show tomorrow night down in Janesville, Wisconsin. But let's talk about, I guess, if people want more information about the band, all that kind of stuff, where they can get your music. I'm assuming it's most of those sites that people know, but let's let them know again.
Yeah. Go to MadameMayhem.com. That's MADAME, and there you can, find our Spotify. Follow us there. We appreciate the support. Everywhere where you download and stream music, you can get this stuff. If you want physical CDs, we're still selling them on our merch website. Keep in touch with us on social media, too. I run the social media pages because I genuinely love talking to everyone as much as I can. So Facebook, Madame Mayhem, Twitter, Mayhem Official, Instagram, Madame Mayhem, and then, of course, YouTube, Madame Mayhem Official, if you want to see any of these in music video form.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And as you mentioned, 2020, hopefully good things are coming your way, and some new music will be coming too. So
Correct.
I'm sure a lot of people are excited to get that in their hands, or for that matter, in their ears soon.
Thank you. Yeah, we're pumped for it. So hopefully everyone else will be too.
Any other, I guess, things you want to mention to the listeners out there, to the fans, I guess, of Madame Mayhem?
Just keep on rocking out. Be true to who you are. That's really our big message. Don't let anyone tell you to be, and just embrace, everything about yourself. Even if other people are telling you to change, don't listen to them. Be you. Keep in touch with us. We freaking love you, and we hope to see you all at shows in the future. Seriously, is the big thing. Anything else you guys want to add?
Just pray for Tom's sobriety journey.
Oh, God.
I've been working really hard on this.
It's not. I have a feeling it's not going to go very well, but,
Well, there's Christmas and the New Year's coming, so you can always have a New Year's resolution, right?
It's a tough. Yeah, the October is a real tough time of year.
Got your own family, that's not the best time.
It's Rocktober, yeah, exactly. Hey, you guys, a lot of fun seeing you guys back here again. First time for you, and I'm glad to talk to you once again. May, it's been a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to hopefully get you back here in Little Falls and do a show maybe in 2020. I think that'd be cool.
We would love that, and let's talk again sooner than in 4 years, please. That would be awesome.
We'll bring you back in the summer so it's not like cold, okay?
Okay, cool.
Is that all right?
That'd be great.
Okay.
I'm so down for the summer. We also have parkas too. If we need to come,
you'd rather do a winter
summer's
show?
Okay, but we can dress accordingly if we need
How
to.
about an outdoor winter show? How would that work?
If you don't care if I'm in full on headgear ski things, yeah, that would be interesting.
Hey, safe travels and good luck to you the rest of the year. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Once again, that is the band Madame Mayhem. Of course, you already heard the acoustic version of Broken, but we're going to play the version that hit the top 50. Here it is right now. It's on the Dark. It's on FM 90.